real danger, it's not just a danger, it's happening, is that quite a few kids end up being suicidal because they lose the capacity to really interact with people on a one-to-one level. They have all these friends on Facebook, and of course most of them are not real friends. It's just a make-believe or very, very superficial kind of thing. I'm not saying that it's not possible to become friends on Facebook or so. And Facebook has some very strong points when it comes to family, integration and communication. Absolutely. I am for that, But some people will display their entire life on Facebook, from what kind of pizza they eat to what kind of shampoo they buy and so on. And for some people, that is cool. But this is not for me. I tend to think the entire social media revolution, well, it's kind of a revolution, is partially beneficial to people, but also vastly destructive on another, particularly young people. I see it a lot. A lot of young people get so disconnected from themselves. It's very hard to find yourself when there's that much noise around with the social media clamoring for attention. And they're so good at it. They're geared to hook the kids into their network. Facebook is great at it. Snapchat, perfect. Instagram, I only know these things because of my daughter, because I was never really interested. But of course, nowadays the world is run this way, and you cannot turn that clock back. I'm a very private person, and with me, you'll hardly ever see anything really private on Facebook, because private is private for me. That's for my friends and myself and my family, and I choose who's in my circle of inner friends, although I do have a very open mind towards strangers, but there are lines, and these lines are kind of important to keep us in a sane state of mind, So if it comes down to it, I would say I love the internet in many respects. I totally welcome it. It's completely changed our lives. Our lives will never be what they were in the 90s. But the dangers are huge, and we need to learn how to live with that. And it cannot be right that 2-year-old kids are already hooked on iPads, and they learn. Their brains will become great at no touch. They don't even have a mouse. It'll probably be a very stunted experience. So these kids get a lot of input. They get it very fast, and it's tailor-made to increase their or maximize their sensations. But the real value and the depth is questionable. In the beginning, there were people like Steve Jobs. And Steve Jobs was a marketing genius, and he revolutionized the world with his, after Apple, which was also a revolutionary product, but he was a child that had a foot in both camps. He was the visionary kind of one person, but he was also extremely selfish and ruthless businessman. And so he didn't let his kids have the iPad, as far as I know, because it is a drug. For kids particularly, and for a lot of adults too. So if you have like a cell phone and these things, you need to learn how to handle that. Otherwise it controls you, And I love my cell phones. I use them all the time. I do a lot of things with them, from navigation to whatever. They're my personal assistant because I know how to get the best out of it. But I don't let that thing control me.
Hey, thanks for watching. My name is Daniel Sarkissian. I'm an independent filmmaker from Toronto.